So if you've been living under a rock, then you haven't noticed the bad state of the economy the whole world has been having. No, the bad state of the migration system, really. Well, now you're about to find out just how bad it can get. Today we're going to be watching the British Parliament talk about some of the horrible atrocities that has been done. Please be warned. The content you're about to listen to is too graphic for the young ears. I do warn you. Please. If you're too weak at heart, this is not the video for you. Just be careful.
The girls we are talking about, Mr. Speaker, are predominantly white. The men who preyed on them were predominantly Muslim, generally either from Pakistan or of Pakistani heritage.
Like, that's another thing I've also noticed too. Like, I have nothing against Pakistani people. But why is it every single one of these I've heard, maybe it's just an echo chamber. But every single one of these I've heard about seems to revolve around Pakistani people. Like what is going on? I'm genuinely worried.
One of the victims from Dewsbury was told by her rapist, I quote, "We're here to fuck all the white girls and fuck the government." Will the minister accept that, in many cases, these crimes were racially and religiously aggravated? How, without a national inquiry, can we understand what part these factors played? There is no question that the state has failed these children time and again. Take the case of Anna from Bradford. Vulnerable and in residential care, at the age of 14, she made repeated reports of rape and abuse to social workers who were responsible for her.
If it has to be repeated, I think that's an issue. What were they doing? Why were they not involved? It should never be repeated reports of... am I even allowed to say the word on TikTok or on YouTube? Like, jeez, man.
But just the following year, aged 15, she married her abuser in a traditional Islamic wedding ceremony. Far from stepping in to stop it, her social worker
15?
was a guest. The authorities...
Her social worker was... Oh, wow.
Then arranged for her to be fostered by her abuser's parents. The ringleader of the Rochdale rape gang, Shabir Ahmed, was employed as a welfare rights officer by Oldham Council. And yet not one person, not one, has been convicted for covering up these institutionalized...
None of these people have been convicted? Oh, yeah, no. Okay, like, what is going on? Like, this has to be on purpose. You can't just mistakenly let a bunch of Pakistani people do this to people. This has to be... Something is going on. Who's protecting them? Genuinely, who's protecting them? I don't see anybody who being okay with this. I really don't know anyone who's okay. Who's protecting them? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Rapes. So why have ministers refused to establish a dedicated unit in the National Crime Agency to investigate councillors and officials accused of collusion and corruption? And I am sorry to say that that unit, Mr. Speaker, must also investigate police officers. In one case, the father of an abuse victim in Rotherham was arrested by South Yorkshire Police when he attempted to rescue his daughter from her abusers. He was detained twice in one night, while on the very same evening, his daughter was repeatedly assaulted and abused by a gang of men. It is clear these criminals were unafraid of law enforcement. In Kirklees, Judge Marson said, "You were seen with your victim on at least 3 occasions by the police. None of that deterred you, and you continued to rape her." How, without a national inquiry, can we know how and why these monsters enjoyed effective immunity for so long? And how can we be sure it will...
What we're seeing here live right now is this is not live, right? But what we're seeing here is people waking up. What we're seeing here is possible omens, honestly. I think the world is going to very quickly realize how bad things can be. And because of this, we're going to see the pendulum switch from one way. As the pendulum has been in one way, all of these things has been going on. No one has said anything about it. The police, as they've said, have just been standing by doing nothing. Now the pendulum is going to switch the other way. What you're going to see, and I'm already saying it right now ahead of time, so whenever it does happen, I was right. What you're going to see is people fighting against this. You're going to see a lot of people fighting back against immigrants. You're going to see a lot of people fighting against Muslim people. And at that point, it becomes prejudice, right? But this is what you're going to see. Because that's just how pendulums swing from one extreme end to the other.
not happen again. We on this side of the House have voted for a national inquiry and tabled amendments which would guarantee the publication of ethnicity data on a quarterly basis, terminate the parental rights of convicted sex offenders, and make membership of a grooming gang an aggravating factor during sentencing so that offenders get the longer, harsher sentences they deserve. Will the Minister commit today to adopting these amendments to protect our children?
Okay.
Finally, I would like to read to the House one particular ordeal, just one example of what these children have suffered. I must warn colleagues, and especially those in the gallery, that this is extremely graphic, but
Okay.
we must not look away or sanitize this evil.
Okay.
Sentencing Mohammed Karar of Oxford to life in prison, Judge Peter Rook said, "You prepared your victim, a 13-year-old girl, for gang anal rape by using a pump to expand her anal passage. You subjected her to gang rape by 5 or 6 men. At one point, she had 4 men inside her. A Red Bull was placed in her mouth to keep her quiet. When she was 12, after raping her, she threatened you with your lock knife. Your reaction was to pick up a baseball bat with a silver metal handle, strike her on the head with it, and then insert it inside her vagina. This is not about me. It is not about the Minister or the Home Secretary or any of us in this chamber."
Look, give me a second. What do you even say to... Oh my gosh, give me a second. Look. Oh my gosh, dude. How do you let these things happen in your country? I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
It is about them. Little girls up and down our country whose brutal and repeated rapes were permitted and hidden by those in the British state whose job was to protect them. They deserve justice. In 5 towns, these children and their families may get partial answers. But I have mentioned 5 towns in the last few minutes alone, and there are at least 45 more. In those places, they will get no answers at all. What does the Minister have to say to them? The British people deserve to know the truth. What darker truths does the suffering of these girls reveal about this country? And why won't the government find out?
I can't even say why. I wish I had an answer to say this is why they do this. I generally can't. I don't know who is defending illegal migration, and I don't know for what reason. You get situations like this. Now, is it to say that everybody who migrates illegally is a horrible person? No, that's just not how that works, okay? We all understand how life works. But in order to avoid extreme situations like this, you have to make sure that you don't let any of this happen. You gotta regulate it. And unfortunately, things like this do happen. Dude, my heart goes out to all these people, and I really hope the British Parliament does something about this. Hopefully this opens their eyes to how horrible things can be. And it's just, why is there always Pakistani people? Like, what? Okay, I know as much about the Islamic religion as the next guy. Does your religion really leave room for this? Does your religion truly leave room for these kinds of acts? There are bad actors in everything, right? There are bad actors in groups and communities and in religion. Yeah, obviously. There's bad actors everywhere. But after a while, after a few consistencies, you start to wonder maybe there is a pattern here, you know? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video was enlightening to you guys, to open your eyes to the things that's been going on out there. And yeah, I really do apologize for the dark and gloomy video this time. I hope you guys have a good day, guys.